Welcome back to Rustic and Rooted. Today, we're exploring how ordinary scraps of wood can become meaningful garden art with clear shapes, thoughtful design, and lasting character. From familiar animal figures to classic symbols and functional accents, each idea shows how reclaimed wood can be shaped with intention. These projects focus on balance, placement, and texture, proving that simple materials, when used carefully, can create garden features that feel purposeful and visually grounded. The owl's layered body reveals subtle differences in scrap wood grain, from pale sun-bleached boards to deeper walnut tones. Rounded eyepieces catch light softly, while carved feather lines create gentle shadows across the surface. When placed near low greenery or against a fence, the silhouette remains instantly readable, even from a distance, especially in late afternoon light. For placement, keep the owl slightly elevated on a short stake or stone base to protect the wood from constant moisture. A simple exterior oil once a year preserves texture without gloss. Scale matters here. A medium-sized owl feels grounded and intentional, while oversized versions can dominate smaller garden beds unexpectedly. Straight plank blades radiate from the square hub, their edges intentionally imperfect, emphasizing the handmade quality. Weathered wood tones pair well with gravel paths, raised beds, or vegetable patches. When sunlight passes between the blades, narrow shadows shift across nearby soil, creating quiet movement even when the windmill itself is still. Next, consider balance and proportion. Keep the post slim so the blades remain the visual focus. This piece works best where there's open space around it, avoiding visual clutter. Maintenance stays simple. Check joints annually and tighten screws before rainy seasons to prevent wobble over time. A circular face anchors the design, its carved features softened by sanding rather than sharp lines. Surrounding rays, evenly spaced, create rhythm and order, while varied plank lengths prevent stiffness. Mounted on a fence or wall, the sun face warms the space visually, especially against climbing vines or pale stucco backgrounds. Morning light highlights the facial contours, while evening shadows deepen expression. Keep the wood natural or lightly whitewashed for cottage or Mediterranean gardens. Mounting hardware should be hidden to maintain the illusion of a floating symbol rather than a fastened object. This cottage-style birdhouse uses simple geometry, triangle roof, square walls, round entry, to create immediate familiarity. Layered trim adds depth, and the roof planks often carry darker tones from older scrap. Nestled among flowers, it reads more like miniature architecture than a functional bird shelter. Moving to practical details, position it where it can be appreciated visually, not necessarily where birds nest. Since it's decorative, sealing seams prevents warping. Keeping it slightly off the ground reduces splash damage during heavy rain and extends the life of thinner wood panels. The cat silhouette relies on clean curves, arched back, upright ears, and a tail that wraps inward. Flat construction keeps the form graphic and legible, especially when viewed against foliage. Darker reclaimed boards give it weight, while lighter woods feel playful and airy. There's something quietly comforting about spotting it near a path or planter edge. Place it where sightlines open suddenly, allowing a gentle moment of surprise. Avoid overly detailed carving. Restraint keeps the shape timeless and prevents visual noise in smaller gardens. Boxy and structured, this lantern uses negative space as much as solid wood. Window cutouts frame glimpses of greenery beyond, while the slatted roof adds vertical texture. When hung, it sways slightly, producing soft creaks that feel natural rather than distracting. For durability, choose thicker scrap boards for corners and thinner ones for panels. Hanging it under a pergola or tree branch protects it from direct rain. It doesn't need light inside. The form itself creates interest through shadow and movement. Petal-shaped boards radiate from a central disc, each slightly different in width or grain. This variation prevents rigidity and gives the flower a relaxed, organic presence. Against a fence, the panel breaks up long horizontal lines, offering a focal point without overwhelming the space. Next, think about scale and repetition. One large flower works as a statement, while 2 or 3 smaller ones create rhythm. Keep spacing generous so each shape reads clearly. Occasional sanding refreshes edges that weather unevenly over time. The rooster's profile is unmistakable: arched tail planks, layered wings, and a bold comb cut from a single piece. Grain direction plays a role here. Curved tail feathers look more dynamic when wood lines follow the arc. Earthy tones suit vegetable gardens and farmhouse-style yards particularly well. Morning light sharpens the silhouette, while dusk softens it into a darker outline. Positioning it near herbs or raised beds ties it naturally to the garden's productive areas. Avoid placing it too close to fences where details can visually flatten. Symmetry defines this piece, with upper wings wide and confident, lower wings compact and supportive. Carved line patterns guide the eye inward toward the narrow body strip. Mounted near flowering plants, the butterfly feels integrated rather than applied. There's a gentle calm in how it sits quietly among blooms, especially when paired with soft foliage. Mount it securely, as wind can catch wide wings. A lighter wood finish keeps it visually buoyant in dense planting areas. Long and linear, the arrow uses clear geometry, sharp point, notched tail to communicate direction instantly. Engraved borders add refinement without clutter. When staked into soil, the vertical element contrasts nicely with low-growing plants and ground cover. Finally, consider orientation and purpose. Even without text, arrows guide movement through the garden intuitively. Place them where paths split or views extend outward. Sealing the end grain is crucial here, as it prevents moisture from creeping upward through the stake. Throughout this collection, we've seen how recognizable forms, solid proportions, and natural finishes help upcycled wood feel like true garden decor rather than leftover material. Whether it's a sculptural animal, a symbolic wall piece, or a directional accent, each project blends practicality with visual clarity. If you enjoyed these ideas, please like the video, subscribe to Rustic and Rooted, and share your thoughts or favorite project in the comments. We'd love to hear from you.